Hello and welcome to Small Business Network. My name is Taylor-Leonard and I'm your host. Each month we bring the business community together to network, to collaborate, and to share best practices in an effort to stimulate regional economic development. Thanks for joining us through the live stream as well as here in the television studio. Today we have the honor of hosting Montgomery County's first CEO and president of the Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation, Mr. David Petr. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome David Petr.
I don't think my microphone. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I understand there's a lot of people in the room that are here for the very first time, and I would like to think that I'm the reason you came out for this special presentation. So I'd like to speak for about 20 minutes and then have a chance to talk with you a little bit about some questions you may have about our economic development group and about small business here in Montgomery County. It's a pleasure to be here. Kelly had asked me to put together a very special presentation. So there's be a few surprises in here, a few things that no one has ever seen, a few things revealing about me as a leader, as me as a person, that'll tell you more about the philosophy and culture of the organization. So you're going to see a little bit of a sneak peek into David Petr's life, which normally I'm a fairly private person. But what I hope to accomplish today is for you to understand more about our organization. I want you to understand a few of the tools that are available for small business. There's many tools available. And I also want you to become a brand ambassador for Montgomery County. There's so many incredible stories to tell about Montgomery County. We need to be championing and anthemic and talking so positive about all those resources and opportunities that are for success here in the county. So prepare to leave as brand ambassadors if you can. So here's where the little surprise is. I took a photo last night of an early business card of mine way back in the day. So I have a small business background as all of you do as well. I started an advertising agency in Austin, Texas back in '99 called Arsenal. And no, we didn't manufacture fireworks, and we didn't come up with explosives, but we had explosive ideas, and we had really an arsenal of talent to help our marketing clients. So much like people here in the room, perhaps as you're starting up your company, I worked out of my living room. I financed it on my credit cards. I had a mobile phone that was my main line. I pounded the streets with shoe leather to make people know that I was available, and I was there to do copywriting and advertising solutions for them. I was hoping that word of mouth would help me grow my business, and I was being creative and strategic in what I was offering. I was trying to be a problem solver to ad agencies and to clients alike. I didn't realize that there were solutions that were available for small business, so I struggled. Fortunately, at a good place at a good time in Austin, Texas, and was successful in growing a business. And many, much like you here, I imagine you've had failures and you've had successes. This was a success that eventually led me into economic development. So in a way, Arsenal is the reason I'm here today, because I believe economic development truly is storytelling. It is about marketing, and it's about knowing your assets and conveying those assets well. So at the Economic Development Company, we're a public-private partnership now. We're very much in the entrepreneurial spirit as you are here in the room. We've got 11 team members. We hope to build out to 18 or 20 team members in time. So we're interviewing, we're meeting with people, we're planning our office, we're building out our space, we're working through our budgets, we're marketing the organization, we're doing all the things that a typical startup does for our economic development group. When you think about economic development, you think about our new organization, we're really focused on three areas, and I think about it as a three-legged stool. The one is the retention and expansion of business that's currently here. We want to make sure those businesses that are in Montgomery County don't have any barriers to their success, or they need tools to grow. We also want to recruit new business to the county through marketing and through being present throughout trade shows and conferences in the United States and beyond. And we also want to support a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. We want to have those tools available for that small business to be successful. At the same time, with my background being in marketing, I really believe that there's a great story to tell in Montgomery County. When I was reached out, contacted to take on this position, I got a call and they said, Dave, there's still an opportunity in Montgomery County. It's Montgomery County, where's Montgomery County? And I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Austin, I've lived in Dallas, I lived in Orlando, I've traveled. I think I'm pretty well seasoned, I understand the world. If I hadn't heard of Montgomery County didn't resonate with me. So Jennifer, my fiance, looked up on Wikipedia Montgomery County and started reading all these incredible assets. an amazing K through 12 education system, proximity to 3 international airports, 300 biotech firms, a plethora of federal agencies, federal spending, wonderful quality of life, the affluence of the county, all of these things. Yet that story hasn't been told before, not like our counterparts in the region at least. So part of my charge with my team is to tell that Montgomery County story in a peer-to-peer marketing campaign. We've already done a piece with Seth Goldman at Honest Tea, who started as a small business here in Bethesda, where we interviewed Seth. I'm almost like Samantha Brown going behind the scenes with a CEO, going behind the scenes in his office to learn why he's successful in Montgomery County. So he speaks about the talent, the proximity to the airports, the access to capital, all those reasons why he was successful here. And I think you're going to like that campaign as it develops. So let's look at a couple insights on small business in Montgomery County to get a little bit of perspective. The truth is 96% of the companies in Montgomery County are small businesses. They're businesses that are 50 employees or less. 2/3 of those 96% have less than 5 employees. So obviously at the EDC, we need to be focused on not only recruiting the big companies, but helping the small companies, because the majority of our companies here in Montgomery County are small companies. One of my team members, Lynn, who's here, thank you, Lynn, put together an interesting statistic that shows that spending $100 at a local small business returns $45 to our Montgomery County economy. If you spent that same $100 at a national chain that wasn't owned by someone here in Montgomery County, only $15 would come back to our county. So it really shows you the impact that we can have if we support small business. In the spring of 2016, a team of very smart people from 3 universities that you can read discovered 3 very unique findings about Montgomery County that we wouldn't normally assume to be correct. The first is the reality is our region has more small business formation than Boston or Silicon Valley, if you can believe it. A lot of entrepreneurial spirit here in Montgomery County. The second is from 1995 to 2015, our region had more companies anywhere else in the U.S. on the 500 fastest growing startup businesses as measured by revenue growth. That's pretty incredible. Those industries that stand out are very much similar to the industries that we're going to be expanding and recruiting: healthcare, technology, government services, consulting, biotech, and hospitality. Those are natural fits for our talent, our assets, and our opportunity here in the county. The percentage of IPOs from our region compared to the U.S. as a whole is steadily growing, and as of 2014, more than a quarter of all independent public offerings in the U.S. were from companies in our region. That's a pretty incredible stat. So there is a spirit here that's alive, that's entrepreneurial, that's innovative, that's risk-taking. There is a can-do spirit. There's a mentality for small business success. So that's really good news. We have that culture that's already started, but I think our organization and other organizations in the room, I know we have Bill from the SBDC here as well, we all need to work together to help connect the small business community with the resources that are available for success. I want to talk about just 5 solutions, and there's probably 50 solutions out there, but I want to talk about 5 solutions briefly and then talk a little bit about, have a question and answer session, but talk about those five core areas that we think can be successful to your business based on what our business development team has been hearing from our community. I've been here for about 4 months now. And as I said, we've grown the team to 11 people, so we're just getting back out into the public. We're getting back out to interface with private business. And these areas are solutions that my business development team are telling me they're hearing from our small business community. So the first is WorkSource Montgomery. WorkSource Montgomery is really resolving a challenge that we hear is really the number one challenge is how to find great people for your small business. So Workforce Montgomery, which is our partner Ellie Giles, does a couple very important things. One is talent development and retention services. So she'll assess your company, understand where there's skill gap challenges. She'll do on-the-job training programs. She'll offer market research. Her team will do the recruitment, screening, and interview process of new employees. So she'll help identify their skills and their experience. She'll post jobs for you at no cost. And then she'll also advertise those jobs and do recruiting fairs to find new people. So finding new people is really everything for the success of your business, and this is a resource that WorkSource Montgomery can offer. One thing that's very exciting to our team is that at our new office at 1801 Rockville Pike, we'll be sharing office space with our Workforce Montgomery team and our Visit Montgomery team. So there'll be 40 of us in this space in time collaborating between talent development, tourism development, and economic development. So we're very excited about that synergy. So if you're ever in the area, come on by and you can have all three solutions in one room. The second is the Maryland Women's Business Center. And although the name is Women's Business Center, they also serve men. They'll help you write a business plan. They'll help you market using traditional and social media. They'll set up your bookkeeping system. They'll increase your branding and your marketing campaign, evaluate insurance, use your technology better, and even help you work with a realtor. So another great solution for you. The third is the Small Business Development Center, and I met Bill just a little while ago. Bill is in the room, as well as a few of my colleagues. I did introduce Lynn and Spiro, and they're available after this conversation to talk more formally about your opportunities. But SBDC does individualized counseling. I've worked with SBDC throughout my tour of duty throughout the United States, and they're very strong on one-to-one counseling. One of their specific strengths here in Montgomery County is that they'll do executive training and help you with technology commercialization, depending on if that's your business. They'll help you with that particular niche opportunity. Maryland TEDCO is another organization here in the state that provides mentoring, funding, and networking for startups. The big part of that is that funding. In 2015, they invested $1.9 million in Maryland businesses through a variety of loans and microloans to help you commercialize advanced technology. So that's another great resource that we could put you in touch with. I think it's our fourth, maybe it's fourth or fifth. I think it's our, I'm losing track of all the solutions. There's so many solutions. Is the county's MOVE program. So this will take you out of that living room experience that I talked about when I started my ad agency and get you into your first office in Montgomery County. So if you're looking for your first office in Montgomery County, they'll give you a credit of $8 per square foot, up to 10,000 square feet for your first office space. There are some rules and restrictions, and my team can help navigate the forms and paperwork to accommodate that. I think the last solution that we offer, and there's many, many more solutions we can talk about after this, this presentation, is the fact that our team can help you find the right office space. So not only do you need the right space, but you need the mentoring, you need the programming, you need the connections, I guess you'd say, to expertise to be successful. One of our solutions is that we can put you in an incubator space, and there's 3 incubator spaces in Montgomery County that we are currently promoting. One is the Pinckney Innovation Center at Germantown campus, at the Montgomery College campus. This is a space where you're going to want to use wet lab space, life science opportunities, clean rooms. The second is the Silver Spring Innovation Center, and they're focused on IT, technology, and other advanced technology companies. And the Rockville Innovation Center. And this is going to be high-tech and international businesses looking for a U.S. office. And do a dramatic pause and have a beverage. So one thing at the Economic Development Group, and I'm going to close with this slide, is while we are very solutions-focused, we're mostly great listeners. Our business development team, our marketing team, and our research team want to work with small business to understand particular challenges, particular barriers, and work one-on-one with companies to solve challenges. For me to come up today and give you kind of a breadth of solutions is very relevant for you to get an idea, but really the key is for you to engage with me or Spiro or Lynn or Bill or any other professional in the room today and talk more formally about what you need to be successful. We understand the challenges are always going to be access to capital, which we have partners that can help with access to capital. We're going to have challenges finding your customers, and we can help you with that through marketing. And the third are going to be mentors. You know, really need those professionals and that expertise and that network of talent to help your business grow. And we really are connectors and conveners at the EDC. While we have a lot of solutions in-house, what we do is put you in touch with the right people and make sure that you're successful. So with that said, I'm going to be able to answer a few questions. So if anyone would like to come up, I'm happy to entertain those. Please, do you want to come up to the microphone?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Ron Isaacson, ROI Food Service Consultants. We design commercial kitchens, kitchen architect, if you will. That's a lot of great advice that you have to offer. And I'm curious, is there any costs associated with all this?
That's a great question. I like easy questions too. So you get a A+ for that. There's no cost associated with this. You know, our mission and vision at the EDC as we're evolving our work plan is really to help create new jobs in Montgomery County and bring in new capital investments. So anything that we can do to make you successful in Montgomery County is going to be our mission. We obviously are. We looked at that statistic of how many small businesses there are in Montgomery County. They say there's 26,000. We can't reach out to every single one of those 26,000, but we want to put our energies toward businesses that we feel can grow and can be successful. So I'd be very happy to talk to you.
Great.
You know,
I'll see you at 1801.
1801. You know, we had an interesting way of looking at things when you think about the number of small businesses out there and how we recruit business, that if we were just to add one job per small business, we'd have a job creation impact of 26,000 jobs in Montgomery County, which is pretty incredible. Obviously, we need to find efficiencies to reach out to those, but we'd be very happy to talk to you at 1801 Rockville Pike. So, thank you.
Hi, my name is Donna Kimmel, and I recently got a patent pending status on a dog leash.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I'd like to know when you will be in operation, because I need a lot of help.
Yeah, well, we are in operation right now.
Oh.
So we are officing at 1801. We're right behind our formal, what will be our permanent space. We're in temporary space right now. So
Do you have a phone number or
I would
email
probably give you my
address?
cell phone, but maybe not on this live stream. So let's talk. Let's talk after. If you can you go back to the microphone real quickly? I'm curious. Can you tell me a little about the product, or is it kind of secretive?
Yes, not at all. No, because it's
curious.
patent pending now,
Yeah.
so I guess I can just talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, it's a hand-free lead, and the reason that I developed it is because I have a large dog, and although
Yeah.
she's well trained, using a regular handle caused trigger fingers.
Okay.
I had to have injections in my hand for
Oh, my
those trigger
goodness.
fingers. And I said, I can't do that anymore, and I love my dog. So I created a hands-free lead that I've been using, which has an armband, a soft
great.
armband, which
Yeah.
is adjustable. And it also has a grip on the lead itself,
Okay.
so that I can grab it in two ways, both around my arm
Yeah.
and with my hand. And the lead has apertures in it, holes in it, with connectors, so that I have a flashlight and doggy bag and
I like it.
all kinds of things
I like it.
attached to my lead. So
Yeah.
I go walking with my hands in my pockets.
I like it.
And it's wonderful. No more doctor expenses for injections
That's
in my
great.
hands.
That's great. Well, I think you inspired everyone in the room. You inspired me. You know, what's exciting about our job in economic development is that we discover all of these amazing ideas, all these amazing companies and people, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. My team would be happy to meet and talk about whether it's access to capital or helping with marketing or opening doors with distribution. We'd love to talk about that. So. And I need to get a dog so I can try this. I don't think my cat would appreciate it.
Not true.
The cat would like it? Maybe? Okay.
Cats and dogs get along.
Cliff, how are you?
Hey, Dave.
iHeartMedia, one of our best solutions here in Montgomery County, right?
Thank you.
iHeartMedia offices just a few floors above us at 1801 Rockville Pike, and they've been wonderful neighbors to ours and working on our marketing campaign, Media Buy. So
Well, thank you,
appreciate you
Dave.
being here.
Well, welcome to Montgomery County, and I also have a dog, so we need to talk afterwards. Welcome to, obviously, 1801, otherwise known as the iHeartMedia building.
Okay, I thought it was the Montgomery County EDC
You can just
building.
say iHeartMedia building, and in the future, 1801, it works. So it's wonderful that, obviously there are tremendous amounts of not only entrepreneurial spirit in Montgomery County, but there's just the ideation, people just wanting to start their own companies, not knowing how to. I think it's great that you have all these programs in place, and
Yeah.
to the best of our ability, we will help you get that word out. Talk a little bit about some of the plans to attract businesses to Montgomery County, other specific target markets that
Yeah.
you feel have a natural, migration to our area.
Yeah, that's a great question. There's obviously strengths in biotech, in hospitality, healthcare, life sciences, cybersecurity. We really see Montgomery County as a thought leadership county. So much so that when I was interviewing, I was trying to find the position of how to show the board of directors that I already understood what the dynamic would be, how we would recruit companies, and I really believed it was about the quality of our people here. So when I interviewed, instead of giving them my Gmail account, I bought my own domain name just to show them that I was kind of being creative and thinking, and I bought Think MoCo, MoCo being the abbreviation of Montgomery County. And as our marketing team has been working on what our brand would look like, we keep coming back to this thought leadership, that we are intellectual, that we're smart. We're intellectual and smart at the EDC, but our people here are great quality people that are smart people. And it's natural that we're going to attract those high skill, high wage jobs in technology and cyber and hospitality and life sciences. I think the best way to recruit, not only doing a national marketing campaign, is to make sure that our business development team is out and meeting with people one-on-one. It's about relationship building. So with that said, you'll see us at the EDC focusing mostly within the county for the first 6 or 9 months to really make sure the companies that are currently here are feeling the love, that they have the understanding that we exist, that we can remove a barrier for their success or help them grow with workforce talent or new real estate options or access to capital, any of those other challenges. But then beyond that, we're going to start traveling to trade shows and conferences domestically and internationally to meet with companies one-on-one. I've built my business development team. I know we have 3 employees today. It may be that we have 5 or 8 or 10 in time. We have a bigger team doing outreach. But these individuals that I hired, much like Lynn and Spiro, are very assertive, very hungry, high customer service. They have a culture of yes. They're solutions-minded, people that are great listeners. And I think it just goes back to the soft skills. When you go back to telling the story, it's about being a great listener, understanding your value proposition, your assets, your talent, your connectivity, and telling that story well. So that's the long answer to your short question.
Well, you mentioned that we all should leave as brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
So, if there's a way that can be, cultivated, because the first thing that a company who comes in this area will do is talk to a local business.
Yeah.
And if that local business is not a cheerleader, for the county, it could be dead right there.
Yeah.
The opportunity. So we do have to do a better job of all being able to sing the praises of what makes our county great. So
I
appreciate
started,
it.
Thank you, Cliff. I started my early economic development days in marketing and understand that to be successful in telling our story, we need to have the story not being told by, obviously our professionals at the EDC need to tell a story, but we need to have that story told through the leadership and the students here in Montgomery County. So I call it peer-to-peer marketing. So we'll have a series of videos and print ads that highlight a CEO or a student at Montgomery College or at the universities of Shady Grove, and let them tell the story of why they're successful here. We've done one pilot with Honest Tea that turned out really well, and we hope to do more of those in the future. But yeah, I think it's changing the narrative of doing business in Montgomery County. There's obviously, as with any community, challenges to doing business, but our quality of life here is incredibly strong. Our people are incredibly intelligent. We've got wonderful connectivity. The businesses that are here in Montgomery County are really special businesses too. When you think about what we're doing, we're helping to defend our country. We're trying to be healthier. We're trying to improve the quality of life of so many people internationally. It really is an amazing place to live. I'm very blessed to have this opportunity. Sir, how are you?
So I'm Maynard Moore. I'm managing partner for Community Nexus Consulting.
Okay.
And I work with any number of nonprofit organizations, mostly in the county. Most of the nonprofits that I work with, by the way, need good leadership. So if any of you are interested in being on a board of directors of a nonprofit organization, I hope you'll speak to me afterwards.
Great.
But what I wanted to ask is, you didn't mention anything about nonprofits in your presentation. And one of the things about Montgomery County is that we are blessed with a lot of nonprofits,
Absolutely.
many of whom have huge economic impact
Absolutely.
on the county and surrounding area. So I want to hear a little bit more about what you have to say about working with nonprofit organizations.
Absolutely. Montgomery County has a strong backbone on nonprofits. I believe the percentage count is 10%. My lack of having it in my presentation is only because we're starting a brand new EDC and I haven't spent enough time on my marketing materials. But obviously a core industry here in in Montgomery County, one that we will focus on as well. Obviously, we want to create new jobs and capital investment in the nonprofit area. If the nonprofits are aligned with the federal government, we want to make sure that those contracts and relationships and leases are staying active. But in the broader sense, we want to make sure that when we look at growing our economy in Montgomery County, whether it's nonprofit or technology or cyber or healthcare or hospitality, we really want to look at it as an ecosystem of not only industry types, but of company size, of talent. We don't want to be a one-size-fits-all solution. I tell a story many times through my travels. I think in the first 3 months I visited with 250 individual groups, chambers, associations, business, women, businessmen, and everybody has a little bit of a different idea of what's relevant to them, which is natural. We shouldn't think about Montgomery County as a large landmass of 500 square miles. It really is a series of places and destinations and people and cultures and diversity. So I'll go from one meeting in the morning that'll tell me, Dave, here's what we need to focus on here, don't think about that. And that next day I go over to that and they say, don't think about that. And both of those meetings are perfectly relevant. So when you ask about our focus on nonprofits, obviously it'll be in our mix, and we need to think about economic development as truly a diverse ecosystem of opportunity. Thank you.
Last question.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Ebony Contreras, and I'm the creative director of Creation Nails, Body, and Success Sanctuary in Silver Spring in Wheaton.
That sounds like fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
What is that?
It's we're a wellness spa sanctuary about
Okay.
2 blocks from the Wheaton Metro.
Okay.
We really help people to experience happiness and healing in a really welcoming environment, as diverse as we are.
I need happiness and healing.
From
That's
nursing
great.
mothers to GLBT, very welcoming, have a
Yeah.
very large male clientele. One of the only spas within Silver Spring that's not in Bethesda that has a liquor license.
Wow,
So
count
it's
me
fun.
in. That's good. My first business card I'm passing out here.
Yes. So I'm very happy to be here. And
Yeah.
my question is, you shared a lot of really great offerings and services that are for the small business community.
Yeah.
And I would like to know, if you wouldn't mind, if you could say, out of all the offerings that and all the services that you're offering to small businesses, what is the one that you feel is the most underutilized?
Yeah.
That's something that you would really love to see small businesses like us to
That's a
really
good
take
question.
advantage of.
That's a good question. You know, I think I'm going to answer it by not answering it first, then I'll give you the answer. It seems like the most predominant request is money, is access to capital. That small business typically feel like money will solve the challenge. And money solves challenges. Obviously, it frees you up to buy equipment or hire staff or give you a little running room. But I think the real, if you and I were in business together and we wanted to grow our happiness and healing thing here, I think access to mentors, to people that have done the business already, that are in the same space, whether it's the spa space or a retail environment or whatever that parallel is to your business. I think it's about connecting with mentors more than anything. I find that when we can connect someone to a mentor, that person can just launch light years ahead in the success of their business.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Awesome. This was wonderful. Thank you, David.
All right, thank you.
See, no
Appreciate
battle
it, yeah.
scars.
No, we're good.
You did
My
awesome.
head didn't
Thank
get- my
you.
head didn't get too
Welcome to
shiny.
Montgomery County.
Thank you, I appreciate it, thank you.
Hashtag Think MoCo. Think MoCo. Well, this is a new year, so we're really excited about the opportunities. As David shared, this county is rich with opportunities, and so you definitely want to reach back to David and/or members of his team if you're here in the studio audience to find out how they can help you. And this concludes this episode of the Small Business Network. Thank you for joining us. We invite you back next month, February 16th. We'll have Alan Gregerman, who's the author of The Necessity of Strangers. So find out how to connect with strangers and build more meaningful conversations. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you and have a great day.